Hello there, folks. Hatman here, and I truly hope you guys are having a lovely day. Today we are showcasing two videos. The first one will be a bit shorter. It's 2v2, and the second one should be as well 2v2. But we're going to talk about kind of rage quitting in this game. So what I've seen so far in multiplayer, there are some really nice people, and there are people that when things do not go their way, they like to quit, and they like to ruin the game for everyone. So we are starting this battle. We already played one before, and the opponent rage quit, so we had to restart. So now we have one old opponent and a new one as well. I brought two squads early on, but I kind of misclicked with my original squad. Instead of sending them southeast to the extreme point, I sent them to the center of the map. So by the time I realized now, it was already too late. But it's okay. And you can see the bad mouthing happening in the chat. I usually do not like to take part in that. But I met some really nice people, and I met some, not so nice people. Let's put it that way. But now I'm rushing midpoint. So I'm gonna split my squads to different positions. Machine gunners will go on the flanks. And we have a couple of guys storming the point as well. You can see my opponent as well, having the same exact idea. These guys are kind of too late to take the point, but we're gonna make an attempt. My ally is a more experienced player than me, and probably a better player, so he is giving me some tips. My machine gun position on the left is doing a lot of harm against the enemy infantry in the center. Unfortunately, I lost one of my machine gunners. Enemies have a really good cover over there. But we're gonna go and try to take the point. Here I realize I'm outgunned, so I'm gonna try to retreat. And I'm bringing machine gun team, and their job would be to help us on the flank, of course. We bring some individual riflemen as well. Your recon teams are not that good in prolonged combat because their HP is not that great. Their weapon stats also kind of questionable. Their ammunition is lacking. So they're good for scouting. They're relatively cheap, and they're fast. This is why people bring them in multiplayer, because they can get to points quicker than the enemy infantry can. And now we see dual 50 cal on that thing. You can see how quickly it can shred infantry. And simply hoping that I'm not going to get spotted and killed. Yeah, I decided to just run back at this point. My assistant get killed, but the machine gunner lives. Which is pretty good. This guy. Yeah, smoke faded, and now we're in the open. A little bad mouthing still in the chat. I really do not see a point, but hey, some people really love to do it. Unfortunately, my scouts cannot dig in. They do not have spades, and that makes them even more vulnerable. So I see that enemy 50 cal, dual 50 cal is moving on the side, on the flank, and I, drop some smoke to protect myself and my ally. He already has like an anti-tank team ready. And he did it. You can tell it was Panzerfaust. Now I'm kind of worried that I might get flanked, so I'm bringing additional riflemen to hold it. And these guys are out of their medic kits, so they're gonna die if I don't do something. And we can see major enemy push in the center, but I'm bringing additional squad, and they are coming just in the right time. So we're gonna take a flanking position. You can see how well we're, pushing the flank. our machine gunner is holding them where they are, and then we're pressing the attack with those guys. You do not want to get too close to the enemies. And we're just slaughtering them here. Absolutely slaughtering them in the open. We're 5 minutes in. You can hear the gong, and that means that we can get our special call-ins. We can see a new one coming in. That is a bit of an issue, considering that we only have infantry. My ally is bringing some vehicles, as you can tell on the map. I'm dropping smoke, and I just want to make sure that my guys can dig in, because smoke not gonna last forever, and at least we can hide. I'm also bringing anti-tank team with Panzerschreck. He's moving back. That was smart. And, you know, I'm moving back my my Panzerschreck team. Those guys are gone, unfortunately. I was thinking for a few seconds of what to get, but I decided to go for Lux. This is Offensive Doctrine. My favorite, of course. So I'm letting my ally know that I will be pushing the right position. Because we control center, we're kind of in a good position, in a controlling position. So I'm going to be pushing the right flank, and he promises to help, which is great. Communication is a big deal. He brings a half-track in the middle, which is helping us a ton. At this point, I do not know exactly what he has on that hill. It's a hilly position. Take the right control, and we just pepper that infantry with the 20 mil. We're gonna bring our Panzer Grenadiers forward. And we're getting hard pressed by Bofors 40 mil. So I'm gonna go prone with all of my guys. I'm gonna try to preserve their lives. If the enemy comes too close, we're gonna have to stand up. But for the time being, we're safe, as we are. I'm trying to be careful with my Lux. I do not want to, you know, expose it to the enemy, because you never know if they have Panzerschrecks or... And we're gonna spread our infantry. The point, make sure that there are no hidden enemies left. I'm gonna do the same thing with this guy. The goal is just to check for, you know, enemies waiting in the back. We can see him trying to move his Bofors, but I'm not really sure what he was trying to do with that Bofors, why he was getting so damn close to us. It's a bit of a surprise for me, but... I know where he is, so... Yeah, hit him. Yeah, that thing is scary, man. Absolutely scary. But I nailed it. And now, because that thing is gone, it's out of the question, we can get up with our infantry and actually put some fire down the line. Try to kill the enemies approaching. I'm going to ensure that my right flank is safe. We're going to bring some additional infantry. We made sure that there are no enemy infantry left. So I'm going to bring my my 20 mil, of course. And we're going to Try to do a good job. I wanted to buy ammo crate because I see some of the units out of ammunition, but I simply do not have enough CP available. So I'm kind of thinking of what to do. We drop everything and we try to pick up the Panzer Shrek. I cannot get too close because of that thing. I see it fire elsewhere, so I know I'm safe to go. And we destroy it. Absolutely wrecked it. So now my Lux is free to roam and do a lot of damage. We take that thing away. Yeah, not very nice. This is where we get hit. But our Fallschirmjägers are there. And of course we gotta push the point. Too bad. He managed to destroy it. My tank crew got absolutely annihilated. I did not forget to bring this guy closer. With a hindsight, I should have pushed the flank a bit more, but I did not want to get surprised. It's a really good defensive position on the hill. So we gotta keep our anti-tank guy safe, and we're gonna try to use somebody else to do the dirty work. This is also an interesting mechanic that I saw. I was actually watching Daunt. The Daunt. He's a really good multiplayer guy. And he's an excellent commentator. I would definitely recommend his channel if you guys are interested in just learning more about multiplayer and the dynamics involved. So what you can do with your anti-tank grenadiers is simply drop your main weapon. And they're going to be forced to use those HE grenades to a great effect. But you're going to have to be able to resupply them, of course. So we get closer. Yeah, simply kill those guys with nades. If they stand up, they're gonna get wrecked. And this is what we can see. Sherman, I think that's a 76. I was too lazy, and I did not drop proper foxholes. So now we're gonna use our last smoke grenades. Of course, I'm being slow. And, you know, that Sherman just wrecking our infantry. Destroyed our allies' machine gun position. But I'm bringing some supplies. I'm thinking of what I can buy, what I can get, and now it's time to dig in. Okay, he's letting me know that he has an anti-tank team. And I'm also letting him know that my anti-tank guy is still over there. He's fighting big time on the left side, and he's providing a lot of support in the center, so he's a really good player. Enemies are kind of pushing, trying to push the flank, but we already have some infantry, some machine guns, so it would be very difficult to pull off. I'm simply counting on, you know, enemy tank pushing a bit too much so we can take it down. Bit take some third-person control. Nah. I feel like whenever I take direct control, third-person control, my guy has to reload. And this is where I decide to just go prone. We're being really pressured by 30 cals and 50 cal from that thing. Has a really good view of our position, so it's simply not worth dying. And I'm bringing Sturmpanzer 4, my favorite tank. For as long as we have vision of that Sherman and he does not see us, we can easily destroy him. So my ally does a great job destroying T-70 on the left flank. And because there's a bit of a hill, Sherman pushes forward to be able to see our guys in the foxholes, and he flies too close to the sun. So my ally fires, I fire. We have him in direct control, so that's it. And he's gone. Just like that. He lost a tank, and that was it for him. Like, unacceptable. It's actually quite a big problem. Quite a big problem in this game. Now, Amber wants to restart again. But we already restarted once. Yeah, of course it's not fair. It's not fair to play 2 versus 1. Never is. But we're so close towards the victory. It's, you know, not really that far off. I understand that sometimes you get, like, outskilled by the enemy. Sometimes you just lag a lot, and it's very difficult to play. But what I really dislike is for people, like, just quitting. If things do not go your way, you just quit. And now we're watching the second battle. This will be mid-war, actually. This is a very interesting map. Very much urban. And I believe that maybe early war or mid-war squads are a bit bigger than late war. I might be wrong. I do not have enough experience, but they kind of seem a bit bigger. So I'm not quite sure about, you know, all the doctrines, especially if it's not late in the war. I'm not quite sure what the infantry is, but, you know, you kind of discover on the go. So I'm kind of contemplating what to bring next. Ersa's rifle squad seems like too small, and I'm looking for something a bit more capable, something bigger. We're playing 2 versus 2. Yeah, here we go. We get Ausklarer squad. These guys are scouts, as we said before. We're gonna take a defensive position. And we're a little bit long, a little bit late, pardon me, to the party. They are already over there. The enemy on my side, on the northwest, is pushing big time, and I simply feel like I do not have enough force to contain him. So I'm gonna be waiting, and I'm gonna use those guys that I just just spawned. They go straight for the main point in the center, because this is how we get. We're playing domination. This is how we get some extra points, and I'm really looking to capitalize on them pushing the flank and not paying attention too much in the middle. Use a couple of nades there. Really good job with our guy. Yeah, he nails all three of them. Actually, the third one didn't die for some reason. Might be stuck with the window or something. What is interesting, for example, British get the access to Piat in mid-war. So nobody else has like a dedicated anti-tank weapon at this time. But Brits do. But on the other side, they do not get smoke. So that's a major disadvantage in multiplayer. Again, we're using our nades. And we managed to establish ourselves on the point. And my ally is fighting the enemy reinforcements on the kind of southwest of this position. He is buying us some time to take control of the building. And I tried to do that. I know I'm a little bit slow, but yeah. This will be BA6 armor car that you can see. Firing at my guy, and I just chill, you know. Nothing much we can do there. For some reason, he's going backwards. We do not have anti-tank rifle. Panzerbuchse, so we're gonna have to deal with it any way we can with our infantry. The problem is that these are scouts, and usually they are not equipped to deal with enemy armor. And you can see that this guy just was about to toss a satchel, and he got shot. Unfortunate for our opponents. And now I just try to micro my guys to stay away from that armor car. We're assuring our flank to secure it to make sure that enemies cannot really push and cause some issues. So my guy kind of lags out of here. Like, I give him instructions to hit it with the nade. He gets stuck on the door, get killed, unfortunately. Urban maps can sometimes be glitchy. And look at this one. So even though they should have used their nades, they didn't. It's really frustrating at times. Only now he pulled it out. But the armor car did so much damage. I'm not sure if it paid for itself, but really did a lot of damage. But we take it out. That was so funny. I'll be pissed. Like, if I got killed here with the second guy. We steal the machine gun and we try to get some extra rounds for it. This will be Panzer II with autocannon. And we have BT-7, which would be a major threat to our vehicle. I believe that's 45 mil, something like that. Yeah. And it really hit us in a bad position. So we're kind of stuck there. That was a pretty lucky shot. And now my opponent is, I think, using another BT7, if I remember correctly. Yeah, we're getting hit. There's nothing much we can do about it. So I'm trying to drop smoke in order to repair it. But he just won't quit, you know? He just would not quit. Unfortunately, this is mid-war Lux, and does not have like a really good smoke screen. I'm bringing my Rifle Grenadiers, hoping that they can deal with those BT7s. But we're controlling the center, and it seems like we're being really pushed from the west. We're getting overwhelmed over there. So I'm gonna need to do something about it very soon, because my point can be, you know, under threat. We're gonna use our flamer. This is where flamers are really good in urban environments where the ranges are short. Directly controlling them is a good way to go, I would say. My ally experienced some lag issues during this match, which is unfortunate, but sometimes happens. It doesn't have to be a problem with the computer or even the network. It's sometimes connection between the host and the player. Unfortunately, there are no dedicated servers for this game. And the goal of this push was essentially to grab me control of my own side. So I tried to do the same what I did before, but I've mixed up the rifles. such a beginner move. We clean it up. We were quite successful. And I want to establish a proper perimeter over there. My opponent is directly controlling the flamer, but we shoot him with the machine gun burst. And now it's time for our flamer to shine. That was a nice one. Our Panzer II is firing. So I'm thinking of like what to bring. Do we bring like a Panzer IV F1 short barrel, or do we bring something else, or even wait a little bit? So now he's successful in burning my flamer, which kind of sucks. But yeah, we're being under pressure from the west. It seems like there are 2 squads, I would say, or maybe a single squad pushing. Hard to tell. Those are Marines. Very capable troops. So I'm trying to organize proper defense. Bringing those guys forward, bringing some guys to defend. My ally is still lagging, unfortunately. And this was not very smart, to be honest, because this Panzer II went through enemy-controlled territory. Luckily for us, he could not kill it. As we said, this is mid-war, so enemy infantry, or our infantry in general, is not well-suited to deal with armor. We have a really good flanking position. But in order to make it count, you actually have to hit some shots. And I can see that BT7 moving in. And I'm just going to take cover behind the church. This is our Panzer 4 short barrel version. And now we're just playing World of Tanks. Luckily, we pushed out the enemy on time, so we are now controlling this. It's much, much harder to retake it. We did not have a lot of troops to defend the point, but, you know, there is something called fog of war, and essentially your enemies do not know what you have, so... He was reluctant to make a more aggressive push, and I think that he would have succeeded if he pushed harder, but that's the deal. Simply sometimes you do not know. And for some reason I have AP loaded, which has kind of a flat trajectory and is not that good on F1 Panzer IV with the short barrel. That BT7 is actually quite vulnerable even to 20 mil from this range, so I... you know, continue hitting it. We probably shot crew a ton. And yeah. We're able to pierce through the armor. It's quite thin. I'm afraid of, you know, Molotovs or those nades. And I see something really big coming on. That's a T-35. Ah, nice. Really nice hit. He misses. I ricochet, and then I realized that I should be firing heat rounds. But I miss again. Panzer II has no prayer. And again, it switches ammunition for some reason to AP. And gets hit by enemy infantry. At this point, I was very afraid that he's just gonna push. We did not have a lot. But because we managed to capture that flag, I think that this discouraged him from pushing closer. If we were able to bring something like Panzerschreck team, I would not worry whatsoever. It's urban environment, it's really good for the infantry, but because it's mid-war, as we said, we do not have that access. It's a bit of an issue. Hull is broken on that Panzer IV. I take third person and just trying to see where the enemy marine is. We kill him. But I killed instead, so... we're in. We have the second gong. That means we can bring second tier of those special call-ins. Yeah, we killed that guy. German Grenadiers are quite good. I did a tutorial about it. If you guys are interested in seeing their penetration and range, check it out. And I can see the entire squad pushing in, and I think that it's kind of a bad idea to be sitting there. So I'm gonna try to reposition my squad before they get absolutely annihilated by the enemy. And T-35 is a very powerful tank. If he can shoot, has a lot of guns, machine guns. The problem with this tank is essentially that it's so damn big. It's a humongous target, very difficult to miss, and fairly thin armor. And we can see Churchill, I think that's Mark III. With a 6-pounder on top. So that thing is very formidable in mid-war. But we have Sturmpanzer 1. If Sturmpanzer 4 is not available. And look at this hit. Absolutely amazing hit. It was very, very lucky. So we drop a nade on it. I get a bit confused of like what nade I'm using and stuff like that. Kind of embarrassing, but you know, it is what it is. But we do clean them up. And the second round is very, very successful. It's a very expensive tank is down. I believe that's doctrinal. I'm not quite sure though. If those were doctrinal points or manpower points. We're simply making sure that they can use it and repair it again. And I can see it move, that Churchill. But I was too slow to rotate. I opened fire, but I miss. If I was like a second before that, could have nailed that one too, but... Well, nobody's perfect. Tried to run away, but Satchel is on it, and that thing is destroyed completely. There will be no repairing it. Again, I see those Marines coming in, but I didn't do a great job with that nade. Again, unlucky. In the frame of the window. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to aim. And with like 100+ lag, it's not impossible to play, far from it, but can be a bit demanding. So, I'm pushing my Sturmpanzer down the main street simply to dissuade enemy Churchill from moving. And if he moves, we're gonna kill him. We are in a solid position. We managed to defend our flank. And, you know, we're successfully fighting off enemy infantry. And now my ally brings the SIG 33. Has the same cannon as the Sturmpanzer. This is just like a cannon version. And he hits that Churchill big time. Yeah, great job for my ally. And he destroyed it with a second shot. That cannon is super, super powerful and super accurate as well. We see a new point drop. There is nothing interesting. I kind of look at this position and I was thinking if like, can I fire to destroy it? But yeah, I give up. I see new flag popping up and I'll have to control it. That's again BT7. Quite an annoying vehicle to deal with. I'm looking for my tankman with Satchel that we took from Panzer IV. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if he can see me. He probably can at this point. Trying to find a good angle, to be honest. We're bringing more Fallschirmjägers. Once again, we take the right control. We aim, we see the entire squad pushing, and we hit them big time. Again, those Marines are gone. But now, I realized that I messed up. But I was hoping that my guys had anti-tank grenades. This guy did, but others simply do not. And our Sturmpanzer now is in grave danger. Luckily, it ricochets. Okay, one of the guys had detonate. We can see another tank coming in. That's Su-76M. I was never a fan of that tank destroyer, but this is mid-war, and that thing is quite powerful. It's very soft, but it's the gun is quite powerful for this time period. But because my opponent is out of infantry, he does not dare to push with that thing. Luckily for me, Sturmpanzer took damage, and the hull is heavily damaged, but it is repairable. I tried to escape, but my my enemy, he outplays me. And that was kind of bad on my part. Well played, sir. The goal is to put a stop to enemy infantry advance with my Panzer II. And stay safe for as long as we can from that Su-76. There are two concrete walls. He's firing, but there is no way he can destroy us through two concrete walls. That would be too much. So I'm staying safe. He's not gonna risk to come close because I'm pretty sure that 20 mil can pierce through that armor from that close of a range. And I bring up veteran squad. Oh, that was that was a ricochet. Over here, I threaten him, but I lose the sight of that thing, and I cannot see if it's rotating or not. Cannot really tell at this point. I have no infantry there, so I just decide to back off. Because if we lose Panzer II, we're gonna lose the entire flank. We're in danger of losing the entire flank, so... If he's not gonna push it, I'm not gonna push it. We're in a quite good position. Waiting for my Sturmpanzer to get repaired. And this is where I also make a big mistake because I did not even try to fix my Panzer IV. Completely forgot about it. Yeah, that thing is backing off. Yeah, I kind of wanted to do some mining, but misclicked. Sometimes it can be quite stressful to play the multiplayer. Especially if you're not familiar with the units or the map. I can see that armored car really wrecking my ally, but we are pushing in. And we're suffering some heavy casualties from our infantry. But I steal that satchel, and I make sure that Churchill does not bother me at all anymore. They tried to fix it, but, you know, now it's too late. Yeah, let's see if we can nade the guy. This is where I spot the T-34. But now our Sturmpanzer is repaired. And look at this. There are 30 minutes left. My ally crashes, unfortunately. So now I have to manage the entire front. We are behind. Oh, we're very close to being behind, essentially. It's a close match. But now, as we said, we have to manage the entire front, and they are capturing the flag on the southeast. Wait for it. He realizes in the last second that I'm aiming, and he tries to pull back, but it's too little, too late. So much Sturmpanzer nails him. We are barely ahead, but we are ahead, and I try to ensure this flank because. We have some Brandenburgers. They're really good units, so I try to make sure that I cannot get flanked easily. I know it's probably too late to try to take that flag, but I'm just gonna make sure that you know, my enemies cannot push on this side anymore. I simply cannot micro on two fronts. I'm not that good. But we do ensure the front. And now we're back. Like, it's 427 versus 415. We have 11 and a half minutes to go. I bring Panzer IV F2. This is a long barrel version of Panzer IV. A quite powerful cannon. And my job was to kind of keep an eye on that T-34. If it starts pushing, so we can maybe ambush him. Who knows? That battle car is still sitting there. So we're going to bring our Sturmpanzer to deal with it. We're really far away, and I'm pretty sure he cannot see me. Yep. That thing is gone. It's a BA6. Yeah, I need to do something with my allies' troops. They're all over the place. He did a really good job managing them, by the way. So kudos to him. But I kind of need to understand like where they are and what they do. I was thinking of making a push in the center for enemy point, but it was like 2 versus 1. They're gonna out-micro me for sure. We fixed Panzer IV just in time, and this is where we spot the enemy 122 howitzer. You can see that there is a flag dropping on, this is northwest of the map. It's completely in my control, and I saw it, and I for some reason I thought that I had a guy on the flag, even though I didn't. So I'm gonna be focusing elsewhere. Yeah, I see that Katusha, and I was like, oh, can I kill it? Try to use the nade. Exchange fire. And we killed that guy. So there is nothing stopping us right now. My opponent gets kind of desperate. He sees that you know, I'm going after his Katusha. And my Panzer IV takes a shot but misses. So the entire squad lives from that truck. And then we find Marines, which was really devastating. And I immediately realized, okay, I'm in danger. He can see my Panzer IV, so let's try to back off. Ah, that was a bad nade. That was a bad nade. And here comes the salvo. Yeah, we're gonna need the new unit ASAP. So I'm gonna lock ammo for Panzer IV. Make sure it doesn't switch to HE shell. And I'm bringing it up close. We're losing by a little bit. Like, we're still losing. And I did not really take that point. That flag is still open. Even though at this point I thought it was a done deal. Like, I controlled the flag, but I wasn't. So mistakes indeed were made. Here I miss. We wait a little bit. Only because we have 2 crew members. So we have a driver and a loader that acts as a gunner as well. I spot something really big. And, you know, that was it. Our Panzer IV is in a really rough spot. We're gonna try to bring some smoke to cover it. And we already used Katyusha, so they're not gonna be able to, you know, fire again for quite some time. I bring my infantry to match, you know, opponent moving. And I'm trying to take an aim at the KV-1 that's out there. KV-1 is a monster. This is where my opponent, you know, takes advantage of me having to micro on 2 fronts and takes out my Panzer IV without a fight. But he's smart. He sees me. He has a soldier in the building, so he sees me and he knows that I cannot fire over there. So I'm trying to find a better angle again with my Sturmpanzer. My Panzer II does not really represent any kind of danger to the KV-1. That was actually a good hit. We take out the commander. But probably because he was on top of the tank. I don't think we did any serious damage to that KV-1. And we bring the ace, the tiger. It's not a tiger ace, but it's just an ace in my sleeve, so to speak. This is where I see him microing elsewhere, and I bring my Sturmpanzer in a really good position. And we open up, and we hit it directly. We kill a sniper as well with Panzer IV in the kill feed. So it's a devastating blow to our opponent. Absolutely devastating blow. And the new flag that spawns actually spawns on our side of the line. So even though technically I did not take the other one, we're still in a position to win. So I heavily misplayed. I completely forgot about that flag. I lost my Panzer IV for free, essentially. And now they have heavy artillery on me. We're still losing, right? This is why you never quit. This is why you never quit. We take another aim with the Sturmpanzer. the goal is to completely destroy it. I want to make sure that that KV-1 will never be a problem again. I would get hit by that monster. That's a B4 203mm mortar. Yeah, I realized that my guys are kind of too bunched up. And we need them to cap the point, but, you know, we're being under a lot of pressure. Luckily, that KV-1 is gone. My opponent tries to move that T-34, and he takes out our little tank. But this is the where Katusha comes in. I'm trying to shield my Panzer IV, my Panzer II, pardon me, behind the building. And this is also where our Tiger comes into play. I realized that this is where we win or we lose, essentially. If we lose this point, we'll lose it all, essentially. So we have to take it, and they have to take it as well. So this is why they're concentrating so much firepower on it. I ignore T-34 in the center. I know that my point is safe. And we had an issue of just having one crew member having to do everything. I make sure that that building is down, so they can all hide behind it. We cannot easily get spotted. And we took the flag. We have 2 minutes until game finishes, and we are about maybe 100 points away from the enemy. Remember, we were losing, and now we're ahead. Even though I heavily misplayed. Yeah, that T-34 is dominating position. And I'm thinking about bringing my Tiger, and I do so as well. That's a 76 T-34, so it's not really a match for a Tiger. Tiger has better armor and has better gun, longer range as well, better penetration. And I switched to composite, so we hit the gun, pretty sure. But we do not destroy it. We gotta stop before firing. We have a good hit. We have a very good hit. I can see enemies are moving on the right flank, but I wait until I destroyed the T-34, and only now I realized that my Panzer 1 is without ammo. He cannot fire. And my opponent tried to press the attack, but at this point is too little, too late. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is why you do not wanna quit. You really do not want to quit, because you know you never know. You can win, and even if you don't win, you fight until the end. It's not like the match is gonna last for 3 hours and you're stuck on your own. Okay, 15 more minutes, 12 more minutes. I'm gonna endure it. And many times, believe me, many times I get my ass kicked. Absolutely. There are guys in this game, they're so much better than me. And whenever I play versus them, they destroy me. They absolutely destroy me. Maybe I'm going to show some of those videos. It's not pretty to watch. It's not pretty to play on my side. But I always stay there. Even with my allies, they get out. They get frustrated. They quit. I stay there. Because you can always learn the game. Just watch what other people do, how they play, what they do. Can be humiliating at times. Do they make you look bad? Yes, they do. But it's also part of fun, part of the learning process. If you never accept that you made a mistake, you will never get better at it. So just do not quit the game. It's a shameful thing to do. Sometimes people get disconnected. It can be power outages. There can be internet issues, whatever that is. But do not just quit a game because things are looking grim for you. Find a way to overcome the obstacle, whatever it is. It's way more rewarding. And winning something like this, knowing how badly I played,